Yo, I just want to say that this is what my badges look like after one day. So if you guys want your badges like this, stick around and watch the whole video, yo. Yo, what's going on, guys? It is your boy yrndj here, and today I'm bringing you guys a brand new video. Now, I'm sure you guys are all here to learn how to get your badges. So I'm going to put it out there that this is not a badge glitch, but if you guys do want a badge glitch, just let me know in the comment section, and I'll be sure to drop that in the near future, because I do know badge glitches / methods and VC glitches and methods. So yeah, if you guys want to see those, just let me know what you guys want to see next. But right now it's just some part gameplay, and then the rest I'm gonna have my career gameplay, because I am in this video going to be talking about quickest ways to get them in my career and quickest ways to get them in park. So to start off, I'm gonna talk about my career. So the quickest way to get shooting badges is you want to call for a screen, run over and fade. And if you don't want to do that, you could also just call for a screen, and if he backs up, shoot it. And another thing you can get from doing this is playmaking. As you've seen, I did the same thing but through an oop, and the only reason I missed it is because my pass accuracy is low. And also off of this, if it's not a slasher, have him fade and you could get the playmaking. But back to shooting, call for screens, go around them, do whatever you can, get an open shot, and it will work. Now, if you guys are in park trying to get shooting, what I would recommend is that you sit hash. Now, if you don't know what that means, it is the white lines behind the three-pointer. That's called the hash. You want to sit in front of that because it spaces the floor more for your point guard. And if you are a point guard, I would just run 2 guards or a big that can slash, because you're going to need someone that's fast. So that way the man that's guarding you will have to pick up. And once he picks up, you want your point guard to just dot you. And then it'll be easy because you'll shoot like 6 for 6. You'll get a bunch of easy points for standstill threes and standstill threes. If you did 6,000, you'd probably get like 3,000 per shooting. Or excuse me, if you did 6 of them, you'd probably get like 3,000 towards shooting, which is very good for a Mypark game. Now, moving on to slashing. My career, you're going to want to kind of like, as soon as they put up a shot, you just want to book it down the court. Because you'll be on a fast break, do a flashy dunk, clearly the easiest thing to do. In park, you can either run threes and kind of do the same thing, but for that I would recommend being the running the 2 spot, so that way point guard can still be there to facilitate the ball if it's not open, and the big can get the board, and then you just want to book it and have him give it to you. But if you are running 2s, just go baseline, catch oops. Oops are insanely OP this year for any kind of rep that you want to get, even if it's just like rep in general. That's what I'd recommend, catching and throwing oops. And speaking of throwing oops, that's going to take me to my next topic, which is of course playmaking badges. So with playmaking badges, all you want to do is, in my career, is like I said, call for picks, have them fade, you can hit them, or just have them just go around it, go short corner and throw an oop, because of course oops are going to do more. And it's the same way for Mypark. Run a screen and fade, screen and cut, whatever you need to do to get that man open. You can throw 6 lobs, it's 6 or 7, I'm honestly not that sure, but 6 or 7 lobs, and that will be the limit. And then after that, you won't get any more rep for it. So that's the best way to get playmaking, and then obvious reasons, just like go for assists and stuff like that. And next, of course, is going to be defensive. Now, if you're wanting to get defense in park, I'd recommend you run the 2, because the 2 is going to be the easiest to get them at, because if you run 3, you're going to get bodied. If you run point, you're going to get cooked. So you kind of just want a hash sitter that you can just kind of let shoot and then crash for the board. And if you're in my career, you want to crash for the board 24/7, no matter what, just crash. Another thing I like to do, and it is in some of these clips, is you can actually bait your man into shooting, like the CPU in my career. And what I mean by bait is you play back and then they hit him, and when he starts his shooting motion, you can just click triangle and jump at him, and you can get a block from it. Like I've gotten like 10 plus blocks just from baiting. And if not, you still get good shot contests and then just crash for the board. But if you're going for defensive and finishing, it won't really work because you can't crash for the board and then, you know, be kicking out at the same time. But shooting is really good with playmaking. They kind of go hand in hand. Defense can go with playmaking, but I really wouldn't go for a lot of badges at once. If you want to get all your badges at once, I'd recommend running Pro AM because you do everything. I know I average close to like 8 assists. I know I average like 20 points and over 10 rebounds. So right there is all the stats that you need. And I also average like 2 blocks. Right there, I don't know what that Dirk fade was, but yeah. So that's basically it. Just make sure you're being smart. And for defense, you need to run passing lanes. If you guys don't know how to run passing lanes, just think of it as you're on a line. So basically, the dude you're guarding is the end of the line, and the dude with the ball is the start of the line. You want to be right in the middle, so that way if he passes it, you can just grab it. So that's how I think of it. I just see it as a line. And then you also need to go for bump steals. And if you don't know what a bump steal is, say the point guard's running up with the ball in his right hand, you kind of sag off your man and just kind of poke at it from the right, or just run into him from the right. Like right there, I just tried it, but you know, it didn't work. But in Mypark, they're a lot more successful, and that will allow you to get a lot more steals. And also for defensive, what you can do is get in the paint like I am, but you know, that's post hooking for finishing, because that is one of the easiest ways. Right here, I'm going to check his badges, and he has no defensive badges, so it's always good to check who you're putting up the post hooks on, because my post hook's only a 30. But I was making 100% contested post hooks because they're just that OP. And but back to finishing, or not finishing, excuse me, defensive. If you go in the paint and go under the hoop, you can hold triangle, and your someone on your team will cut, and then you can give it to them and hold square, and it'll put it up for them. And this works better if you're like a guard trying to get rebounds, because you know, if you're a big, you can just kind of crash. And right there, I baited him, got the good shot contest, so that helps. But I will have my teammate cut, throw it to him, hold square, and he'll put up a layup, and it's normally very contested, and that of course will lead to a miss. And if you're down there, good positioning, you can easily just grab it, put it back up. Goes well with finishing, but like I said, finishing is a lot better if you can just get out and just kind of run down the court without even having to thinking about playing defense really. So if I was you, I'd work on shooting and playmaking first, as those would be the easiest because you can get those at the same time. And along with those, say like you're shooting good, but you don't want to, like, you want to get other badges too. So what you would do is you would shoot, you're doing good, but every time they miss, just book it, get it. You can either finish, you can go out and shoot, do a fadeaway, you can oop someone behind you, and it's the easiest thing right there. I bait him again, and also went down, but right here I do end up missing because he got in front of me. But that is like how defensive and finishing go with each other, because you can do either way. Like good defensive possession, stop them, just run. But it's mainly harder to do them together. And so for your settings, if I was you guys, I would look up how to get the custom sliders glitch. It don't always work, but even if it don't, you could do the 100 game speed glitch, so that way games are faster if that's what you're into. And Of course, I would go lower difficulty, you know, like pro, something like that. Also, I'd put it on low minute quarters. I'm not going to say 5, because 5's the shortest. Maybe like 7, because some games, 7's enough to where if you're doing good, you're going to get a lot. But also, if you're doing bad, the game will be over with quick. So you don't have to sim out, get no badge points, and kind of just like do your thing. So right here, of course, finishing. I put up a post hook, but it wasn't even a post hook. I just kind of like threw it up. So to do a post hook, what you guys need to do is hold L2, and then you need to hold the right stick diagonal away. But yeah, I think I've pretty much covered everything in this video. So if you guys are new here, make sure to sub. Everyone's appreciated. And yeah, make sure to turn on the bell if you guys do sub, be a part of the absent gang. And yeah, leave a like, comment. Hope you guys have a great day, and it's been Absent Jevy. I'm out, y'all. Peace.